Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So I have a awesome update regarding my brake components for my Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera that I'm really excited to share with you. If you're not familiar with this car or you're new to the channel, I recently bought this Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera 2008. It might be the highest mileage Superleggera in the world. And when I was driving it back from the dealership, the brake rotor hardware on the carbon ceramic brakes that were a factory option on this car started falling out of the vehicle. So this is actually a recall, but I believe that Lamborghini performed this recall and didn't do that good of a job. So let's get into it. I'll show you what happened on the car if you're not familiar with it, and then I'll show you the solution that actually one of you gentlemen actually helped me out with on my last video. So let's get into it and let's get this car on the road and get it fixed so I can drive it. Okay, so quick little update. You have right here, you have a carbon ceramic rotor, and then you have the a hat. This is actually a stainless steel hat. Wonderful piece of engineering on this one. I actually took it apart on the other side, and it's just beautiful. But the problem is I had hardware fall out. You can see a missing bolt here, and then a missing bolt here. It's actually a piece of very specialized hardware. See, it's this rotor actually floats on this hat, and it's kind of self-aligning as you go down the road. So it's a little bit more complicated than just a simple nut and a simple bolt. There's actually a Bellville washer in there, some other specialized parts. But what happens is over time the bolt corrodes, and then you slam on the brakes, and then the bolt falls out. So that's no fun. This happened on all four rotors. I thought maybe I have to replace the brake discs. These brake discs are about $7,000 each, so $30,000 repair minimum, most likely, with tax and installation and everything like that at the end of the day. But I found a solution that one of you gentlemen on the last video commented on. Your name is Tanel, so I really appreciate this, Tanel, so thank you so much. I'll show you the solution on the bench, and let's get this car fixed, and I can show you how to install this hardware. What's even scarier is attempting to loosen one of these fasteners, and the fastener just literally just falls out of the car. Wait for it. I didn't even turn on that hard, and it just literally just fell right out. Seized right out of the car. If you have a Superleggera, you have to check this. There's no other way about it. You have to. All right, so here we are on the bench. I have the rear right carbon ceramic disc and then the associated stainless steel hat. And surprisingly, I can't believe it, I was able to find some new hardware on eBay. One of you gentlemen on the last YouTube video actually pointed out that this is the part number for the service for the recall for the carbon ceramic brakes for the Murcielago and the Gallardo. But unfortunately, I didn't find this for the Gallardo. It wasn't on any of the part catalogs or anything like that. I was able to only get 34 of these little kits, and I need 40 of them for the car. I'm thinking coupled with the good hardware that I already have, I think I should be able to complete a full kit for my car. I know there's a slight concern. One of these, this nut on the top is actually a kind of an eccentric nut, so it has a little bit of oval. It's a little bit oval on this surface. So as you twist it down, it actually locks in, and the more you loosen it and then tighten it back up, it should it loses its coupling ability, like its self-locking ability. So that's something I have to like kind of keep in mind and inspect periodically to make sure that the ones that are still, like, I guess you could call them original or that were on the car before don't come loose. But I'll be cognizant of that and make sure that doesn't happen. If that does happen, then we'll go through it. But I found these. I found 32 for about 200, or no, 34. I found 34 for about $290. So I can't be more happy. And this is the revised hardware as well from the recall, with the shank of the bolt being partially threaded instead of fully threaded. So it's the revised hardware. So I'm really happy about that, and I wanted to thank all of you for all the awesome comments on my last video, because it's just you're so helpful and so invaluable as a resource for me. So this is great. So I'm going to show you how to specifically install these on your car, and we'll get this car back on the road, and I'm excited to drive it. I think it's going to snow in the next couple days, so maybe I'll take it out in the snow. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I take it out in the snow if it snows or not? Let me know. Let's get into it. One last thing before I dig into this. So this hardware, I got really lucky on the price, but from Bull stuff or like Lambo parts, stuff like that, this is about $3,100 for a set of 40, I believe. So I'm still looking into developing hardware. I have some quotes out in the internet for getting this manufactured, and I'm thinking about selling a kit for all the hardware that you need for your Superleggera or Murcielago CCBs for about $1,500. So I'm still looking in that department, and I still believe that this should be a wear item. Like, honestly, I want to replace this after about 5 years. So every 5 years, I'm probably going to replace this. And the way this carbon ceramic disc looks, I have a high confidence that this disc will last me a long time, as this is the original disc, and this car is very high mileage. So that's something I'm looking into, and I'll keep you posted on that, on what the kit entails, and it might help out some other like Superleggera owners and some other Murcielago owners that are having the same issue as me. So if you are, let me know. Give me a comment if you're having this issue with your Superleggera as well, because I don't know, I just want to keep the carbon ceramics on it. That, you know, they're just freaking awesome underneath those wheels. So, all right, now I'll install it, I promise. Okay, so first off, you're going to want to take this piece. You're going to have 10 of these, and you're going to want to install them in the corresponding spots, and it's going to fit right in between the bell and the rotor, and it's just going to drop right in. And then you're going to take the bolt and the associated washer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it off to the edge of the bench and then screw it in underneath. And then this is going to get torqued down to 4 Newton meters, and then we're going to do another 90 degrees on top of that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like after that. Okay, so I got all this torqued down and installed in the back, and you can see the rotor hat is actually still loose from the assembly. So the next step is we're going to get this flat disc, put it on top just like that, and then you have an associated Bellville washer. This provides a little bit of spring force as you clamp down onto it with the bolt, with the nut as you were. And then you have that associated nut with the little bit of that eccentricity on the top face. So as you tighten down, it actually is self-locking. And at high temperatures, you can't really use a thread locker on this because it's going to it's just going to bake out of it. So that's why they have these. Why is this thing not going on? There you go. So that's why you have these self-locking nuts. As you twist down on it, eventually it'll clamp down, and then you should be good to go. So this actually goes to a tightening torque of 10 Newton meters. And then once I do that to all of these bolts, I'm actually going to do it in a staggered formation. The TSP actually says that you should only replace one bolt at a time, but I had so many missing of them, it's like, what do I do, right? So I'm going to do it like how you tighten down a wheel. So I'm going to do this one and then the opposite, and then kind of like a star formation, and then tighten them all down 10 Newton meters, and then we can throw it back on the car. So let's get going. Okay, and there you have it, fully torqued down, ready to get put back onto the car. So pretty excited for this. It's a pretty easy fix overall, honestly. So I skipped the part of me putting the carbon ceramic brake rotor back on the car. I was watching the clip over again, and I realized it's literally just one long video of me, the back of my head. So I didn't think that would be a good idea. Here it is on the car. All I have left to do is tighten down this bolt that secures the rotor to the wheel bearing, and then put in the brake discs, or not the brake discs, the brake pads, and then put the e-brake caliper back on, and it just bolts on, and then put the wheel on, and then I can drive it. Pretty excited. So overall, pretty easy fix. I'm really happy that I was able to find that part that one of you gentlemen helped me out with. That still doesn't answer the question on if there's any other Superleggera owners that are having this similar problem. and maybe need a kit. I'm still working on research and development and sourcing all the parts for the kit. If you're interested, if you're a Murcielago or a Superleggera owner, I'd love to hear if this is happening on your car as well, and if you're interested in a kit. If you are, I'd love to keep working on it, but I like to get enough interest to know that there's enough interest out there among you guys before I jump into anything. And if there's anything I missed on the video or anything you have any questions about or like some more specific information on, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to answer any questions that you have regarding this car. I have lots of content coming out really soon regarding this car. I'm excited to get it back together, get it fixed up so I can drive it again. So please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear it. Please leave a like, and if you can, subscribe. That'd be really awesome. So I'm gonna get this car back together, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.